A very good evening and welcome to today's edition of KTN Sports. My name is Wahisi. Today we start with matters to do with football. Not the best news when it comes to matters of Sofapaka and also relegated side Moroni Youth. They're not going to be in action in this year's edition of the Kenyan Premier League, and in their place, two sides come in and they're expected to star in the 2017 edition of the Kenyan Premier League. Which two sides are these, and how well are they going to cope up with the big wigs in matters to do with Kenyan Premier League? Abul Ahmed, give us the details.
Sofapaka, Thika United and Moroni Youth were given a 5-day ultimatum to resubmit their documents to the FKF's appeal committee. However, only Thika United met the requirements after a second time of asking.
Thika United was able to fulfill criteria A and was marked by the committee today and attained a score of 61, which allows them to receive a provisional license.
According to the FKF Appeals Committee, Sofapaka and Moroni failed to meet the mandatory criteria A of the club licensing regulations that shows proof of a club's financial stability as well as an irreproachable legal track record.
We had a list of players that are current and those of last year, and we have established that for Sofapaka these players were not paid, and therefore that, as well as them failing to meet the full criteria A, has meant that Sofapaka does not qualify to be in the Premier League.
For this, KCB and Vihiga United, who finished in 5th and 6th position on the NSL log, were the two teams eligible for promotion.
Maybe someone has not applied for club licensing. If you have not applied for club licensing like Oserian, and I told you last time, you are gone. So
6 clubs, which are Nzoia United, Kariobangi Sharks, Nakumat, Zoo Kericho, Vihiga United and KCB, have been promoted from the 2nd Division League, bringing the number of teams eligible for KPL this year to 18. The 2017 season of the Kenyan Premier League is expected to start on the 11th of February without 2009 champions Sofapaka and Moroni Youth, who have now been officially relegated to the National Super League. Abul Ahmed, KTN Sports, Nairobi.
Thank you, Abula, for that piece. Let's wait and see how actually that debacle is going to forge forward in the coming days. Still in matters to do with football, Afra Stadium has been the home of Ulinzi Stars for quite a number of years now, but other 3 clubs are saying we want also us to play at Afra Stadium. Those clubs include Kericho Zoo, Nzoia Sugar, and also Chemil Sugar. But how well will this venture be when it comes to matters of making the Nakuru economy be what they want it to be? Victor Gale has the details.
Afra Stadium received a facelift in 2016, with the VIP and regular terraces being spruced up, increasing the seating capacity to above 20,000 from 8,000. For a while, the facility has been home to former league champions Ulinzi Stars. However, the 2017 season seems to have come with goodies, with Chemil Sugar, Nzoia Sugar and Kericho Zoo football clubs showing interest. With a number of clubs set to use Nakuru's Afra Stadium as their home ground, the town is expected to gain economically, not only in the sports arena, but also service providers from within.
If that stadium reaches the status that we want, it creates an economic hub for hawkers. During those matches, they can be able to sell all their wares too.
The facilities handlers have a worry of overstretching it, since National Super League sides St. Joseph's, Kenya Police, Shabana and Nakuru Stars still use the facility.
Sasa hatuwezi kuchukua tu timu nyingi kuchaza hapa. Hapana. Mpaka tuwe na mipango. Kwa sababu tukichaza hapa zitaleta tena pia kuwa na kazi mingi. Hata mfanyakazi hatakuwa na nafasi ya kufanya hiyo kazi.
Nakuru County also has plans to lay a tartan track to enable athletes train better. Victor Gale, KTN News, Nakuru County.
Now, talking about matters to do with the AFCON 2017, maybe not the beautiful soccer extravaganza many expected it to be, but for a team that is the Egyptian side, yesterday they were able to cruise to the finals at the expense of Burkina Faso. The tie ended 1-1 in the regular time, but after the penalties, it was the Pharaohs who had the final laugh.
Seen it coming in a little bit late. Pushes it away for a corner. Wait for the ball in the middle. Chance to turn. Here's the shot from Salah. Oh my word! What a cracker! What an absolute cracker from Mohamed Salah. Separating these two teams on the hour mark, and Egypt have the lead. Ture into Yago. Can he get it square? He lays it back here for Ture, for Kabore. Banse, equalizer.
Today is going to be Cameroon against Ghana, and let's wait and see who is going to book the other final slot in this year's edition of AFCON. Now, KCB Bank will have a tournament, that is the GPA Professional Golf Tournament, that will have more than 70 golfers in the country to play in this edition of the KCB-sponsored golf tournament. The inaugural KCB Current Masters Golf Tournament is scheduled to take place in March 17th to 19th, 2017 at the Current Golf County Club, where 46 PGA pros and also 22 local pros will showcase what made them the world class that they are in this year's edition of the KCB Pro Tournament. 40 European Challenge Pro Tours will be paired by local amateurs for a two-day Pro-Am tournament that will run between Friday to Saturday before facing off with the local pros on Sunday for the blue jacket, and the total prize money will be $15,000 US.
And the Sunday to the final prize. So the aggregate score for the pros will be from Saturday and Sunday, and they will count towards their place in the KCB Karen Masters for the prize pot.
We are launching something important, and if we set the right standards of excellence from the first blue jacket, we can go a long way. And we are planting this thing for the next 100 years plus.
And that's all we had time for in today's edition of KTN Sports. My name is Moses Wahisi. Have a lovely night.
This is KTN News.
Have been with us here on KTN Prime, and we thank you so much for staying with us. Now, before we go, we had asked you our Twitter big Q, not Twitter poll, whether you think the Deputy President should engage in a Twitter war over child upkeep. And this is how you polled. 21% of you say yes, 53 say no, 26 you don't care. Quite a number of thoughts tonight that you've sent in. Rubia Douglas, you tweet, "It's his own life. If he wants it to be public, well, it's good. Just not to blame KOT for it." Kennedy Kovac, you say Ruto got all the right to defend himself and clear his tainted image. Why should we listen to his truth? Generally, Ian Sena, you just say big no. Amfrax Onderi, you say let him take care of the child. Mambo ya kusema wale majamaa kando. Mundu wa Irungu, you say he's defending himself. No war but defense. Clement Nyawara, no, he should not. He is beyond that. The minor son, you say no, let him know that two wrongs don't make it right. Then Chiponda Mwagongo, you say the mom didn't tweet but went to court. The Baba should also fight his war in court. And the last one, Charles Ekai, no, not at all. That's private business. Tuwe wapole. All right, thank you on behalf of the entire team here on KTN News that made KTN Prime possible. It's always great for us to have your company with us. My name is Sophia Wanuna, wishing you a lovely night. And of course, we'll be seeing you tomorrow morning on News Center. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.